So let's bring in now House Intelligence Committee Ranking Member Devin Nunes, a Republican from California, stayed very familiar with these immigration challenges. Great to have you with us tonight, Congressman.
Thank you, Shannon. Great to be with you.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about the way that Mayor Bloomberg, who is chomping at the bit, waiting to get in with the rest of the field here, what he says about this administration's immigration policy. He says it's President Trump's demonization of immigrants and his fueling of fear and hatred are an ugly chapter in American history that we must close. Your response?
Well, look, immigration has not been solved in this country since Ronald Reagan last came up with the solution. The problem is that nothing was implemented after the Ronald Reagan administration. And so we've kind of had a lot of chaos. And I think Donald Trump has been exactly right to say that we actually are going to need a physical barrier. We know that physical barriers work. All you have to do is look at the country of Israel. We don't need a wall across the entire border, but we do need roughly about 1,200 miles of wall. And so we should have about 500 miles if the Army Corps can complete it by the end of this year. And in a couple more years, we'll be at 1,200 miles. All you have to have really to solve this problem is then to have a worker program for agriculture, a work program for the high-tech sector, and then you deal with the dreamers and you deal with the people that are here. And that's what President Trump has actually called for. So there's a lot of noise around the immigration issue because I think the Democrats like to demagogue it and try to play identity politics and pretend that they're the party of Latinos, which is really just nonsense. The bottom line is people need to come together and get this work done. And Donald Trump's the one person who could get it done.
Listen, times where the Democrats have controlled all the branches, not the judiciary, but the House, Senate, and the White House, or when Republicans have, this has not gotten solved. And so it seems like there is, it's going to take something special to actually get everybody on the same page.
There really is. If people would stop the identity politics, stop the cable TV wars, we probably have a bill that you could get 350 votes, probably 75% of the members would vote for in the House of Representatives.
Okay, I want to turn to this other question about the Attorney General talking about the fact that they are accepting information with regard to Hunter Biden and Ukraine. Not everybody is reacting well to that. The New York Times says this, under the headline, Justice Department will accept material from Giuliani, but Barr voices caution. Any information from Mr. Giuliani would be considered highly controversial. This is the New York Times. Any investigations into those matters could benefit the president by potentially undermining his political rivals. So what do you say to critics who say that this administration is weaponizing things like the DOJ to benefit the president politically?
Well, these are the same geniuses, whether it was all the major legacy newspapers in this country or the Democratic Party, that actually really weaponized it by hiring foreign spies to dig up dirt that was really phony dirt, probably disinformation, and feed it into the FBI to use our counterintelligence capabilities to target the Trump campaign. So I don't really care what they say. I think the Attorney General was exactly right. He was very clear. Every American has the right to bring information to the Justice Department. Countries have the ability to bring information to the Justice Department, through the proper channels. And so, look, the bottom line is this. We have long been looking at Ukraine, meaning the House Republicans. We've been very clear about that, very open about that. We want to know why so many high-level Ukrainian officials decided to trash the Trump campaign in 2016 that have close ties to the Democratic Party, including knowing that some of Fusion GPS dirty work came from Ukraine. So the legacy media and the mainstream media can ignore that all they want, but those are the facts. It's very clear that there are people in jail right now who had disinformation that came to this country from Ukraine.
All right, Congressman, we await more developments if they are coming on that front, as well as the Durham report, closer every day, we think.
Absolutely.
Congressman, great to see you. Thanks for being on tonight.
Thank you.